Welcome to Big Heart Adventures, where the harvest is the hunt. I'm Mike Croston, and today we are in South Africa, beautiful South Africa. And next to me is Heinrich van Heerden, owner, operator, professional hunter of This Is Africa Safaris. We've been talking over email, back and forth, lining up this hunt. I emailed Heinrich and said, hey, I want to do some heart hunting. He says, what is heart hunting? I says, take a look at it on the website. He looked at it, he said, it's interesting. I don't really believe that's what you're doing, but come on down. And I was real appreciative that he did that. So what I originally asked him was if we could do some hunts down here, and it wasn't very specific, but he sent a list of the animals we could do and plains game animals, and he also threw in a Cape buffalo, which is classified as dangerous game, one of the big five. So that was pretty exciting. I wasn't expecting that, and so we're excited to get after that and see what kind of footage we can get and see if H.A.R.T will work on a dangerous game species. But there's plenty of game here. We've got plenty of time. It's going to be a 10-day hunt, so we're going to take our time and we're going to make sure that it works right in every scenario. We're going to hunt these animals like you would hunt them on a regular safari. We're not going to do anything different. It's going to be the same. So kind of explain to us how that's going to take place, the hunt itself, and explain the property, I guess, and just kind of how the hunts are going to take place and maybe what progression we should consider taking these animals.
Okay, well Mike, every hunt, every morning basically starts the same. You leave camp looking for tracks, but the area is very big, and the animals are spread out wide and all over the place. So what we'll do is we've got such a long list of animals to work through. We don't have a certain direction that we'd like to move into. If you're after a certain animal, there's certain sections of the game reserve where they prefer to be. But to start off with, we'll just start on downwind. We'll normally drive to get downwind on a certain section, and we'll just work that area slow and soft with the wind in our favor.
So we'll be using 7mm Remington Magnum Remington rifle with the Tacticam film through scope system on it and the Tacticam camera. And then I brought a 45-70 Marlin guide gun. We're going to try to do the same thing with that. Now, what are you going to be backing us up with?
My daily carry is a 470 double rifle, so I'll have that with me at all times.
Well, it's a beautiful property. We're excited to be here, and let's get after it.
Yeah, let's get going.
All right.
Let's see if that camera can catch something.
All right, we'll keep you posted how it goes. Heart to hunt. And then, so we're getting ready to go out. First day, Limpopo, Africa. Gonna take the 7mm Magnum. Got the Tacticam set up. Today we're just kind of gonna get a feel for it. Not really going after anything specific. We're gonna go try to H.A.R.T hunt here and see what we can get.
And does it make a loud bang
Yeah,
like normal?
Yeah, those are half loads because I'm deaf as much as it is anyway. So, but you can get full loads and it's the same.
And the recoil for the camera?
It does just enough to make it look. I mean, it looks so
to
real.
see a shot
And
in
when
the
that
still.
goes off, the animal goes like that, and it looks as if it's
That's great.
So there's never any quick shooting with this because it's 3 seconds
Yeah.
to turn the camera on. So
Okay.
it's which is I like. It's another bit of challenge to it.
And
So
what's your battery life on the camera for standby when it's on?
I can go all day with this because I just turn it off. It's 3 seconds on. Like,
Yeah.
ready? We see an animal.
There you go.
It's
Yeah.
record.
No idea what happened now.
I tell you what, it's funny. You do this 9 times out of 10 I won't do it. The curious, I have no idea. It's really can't tell. All right, day one, got a blue wildebeest. Probably about 80 yards. Kind of in the brush. Can't really see his head in the video, I don't think yet, but he's a big one. He's a big bull. Really good stock on him, you know, probably an hour or so. And Mike hopefully got the video. We don't know yet, but we're having a great time in Africa. All right, day 2, Africa. Yesterday was an awesome day. We got into blue wildebeest early, made a good shot on him, and then ran into some zebra and a gemsbuck, and the gemsbuck was about 40 yards and made a good hard shot on him. So that was an awesome day. We're heading out. It's about 6:30. We're gonna head out. Not sure we're gonna run into today, but there's animals all over the place. And I mean, we heard a lion last night, and it's just awesome. This place, if you can see behind me, our little hut. So we got animals just right over in front of us over here. This place is awesome. This is Africa. So what? You know, in addition to Cape Buffalo, what's all out in the reserve for us?
Well, we've got lots of leopard in the area, and we've got brown and spotted hyena here. We've got lion, obviously the buffalo. We've got elephant in the area, the general area, but not inside the borders of the game reserve. And then, of course, the majority of the plains game you find in South Africa you will have here. Hey,
you think there's going to be one or another that's going to be more challenging for us? Kind of with our first safari and doing the H.A.R.T, because with the H.A.R.T method, there is an inherent disadvantage because we've got to take some time to turn the camera on, and we've got to get that pretty good shot. We just can't, know the animal's the one we want, and then pick a spot through the brush and be able to harvest it. We kind of have to have that animal clear in view. Do you think that's going to present any other challenges, or more of a challenge than your traditional safari hunt?
No, not really. I think before you set up on the shot, you pretty much already know. We have an idea if we are getting ready to take a shot or open up sticks. I will tell you to switch on the camera so that it would be on time the moment you get on the sticks, and then we'll already be in the shooting lane that we are planning to film through and take the shot. The most difficult animals are always big old kudubuls and eland bulls. Tracking them on foot is not the easiest thing in the world, even if all the evidence are in your favour. So you sometimes need a little luck with that, and then of course to get that clear open shot might be difficult, but you never know. Sometimes you're just lucky and you get it. So I'd say those would be the most difficult ones. Don't throw buffalo out the window, they can be quite clever. But
we're pretty excited about that for sure, the buffalo part, and really excited to see how that pans out.
Hey! Hey!
Alright guys, yesterday we had a phenomenal day. 6 animals, Cape Buffalo, big Cape Buffalo, 43-inch plus, and 4 other animals that we'll end up showing you. But anyways, we're out here now on the other side of the preserve. We got into some cliff springers this morning, but could not seem to get them to stop and get a shot on them. But we're looking for some kudu right now, and this place is awesome, as you can see. It stretches forever. We got Zimbabwe, Botswana, Mozambique surrounding us here in South Africa. So Mike behind the camera is doing an awesome job. We're getting some good footage and getting the hard shots on some quality animals. The Cape Buffalo yesterday was a trophy by any standards, and we're into we've got to get some Nyala now. We're going to try to get a kudu and a sable, and we've got 9 animals that we've got good hard shots on and had great stalks. We've had some stalks on other animals that didn't come together, but that's hunting, and these animals are wild. There's plenty of game, but these animals are wild. We're having to work a little bit. We got 2 great guides and a good professional hunter there in Heinrich. So we're gonna keep going this morning, try to find a kudu, and yeah, we're just hearting to hunt here in Africa. It's unbelievable. We got 6 more days. We already got 9 animals down. We got 6 more days to do whatever we want, and so the biggest thing is we're getting to hunt all day long, and the guides love it because they don't have to do any work. We love it because we get to hunt all day long, and the food's great here. Just can't say enough of the experience so far. So like I said, we're gonna go after some kudu this morning here and see if we can't get into some. H.A.R.T the hunt. But why don't you tell us a little bit about your company and how you kind of got started? And I'm sure it's an interesting story.
Well, Mike, I kind of grew up in the industry. My father was an outfitter for 23 years. So it's all been quite like a second nature thing growing up, and about 12 years ago I decided to go on my own and start a company, and the main focus has always been as a kid to focus on dangerous game, and we did that. And at the time when we started, there was very few areas where you could do this, and we focused on those areas, and we did a lot of dangerous game hunts over the last 12 years. Nowadays they are pretty widely spread and available. But that's how things started off back then, and it grew to what it is today. We've got excellent game reserves we work with. We exclusively work with game reserves and no game farms. We've got great areas in the Greater Kruger block that we have sole rights to provide to our clients. And yeah, that's the short and the long, really. Put in a nutshell. I can elaborate for 2 hours on it, but that will give you a pretty good idea of how it came to where it is today.
All right, well, I am hearting Africa. Yep, we're in the Limpopo Valley at This is Africa Safaris, and this is day 3. First 2 days were great. The second day, 6 animals hearted. First day, 2 animals hearted. Second day, got a big Cape Buffalo hearted, and probably about 43-inch Cape Buffalo. And so we're in day 3 here, and this morning got a clip springer and a rock irex. Got onto a giant sable, put a good stalk in. Mike was right on the footage, and I pretended I was the Flash getting on the sticks and absolutely spooked that sable to death. and he was gone like a rocket. I mean, out of there. So, but that's hunting, and we'll try again next time. We'll try again maybe this afternoon or tomorrow or whatever, but I got excited because it is awesome here. You can see behind me where we're staying, and the food is great here. The accommodations are great. Game everywhere. You know, they're hard hunts. We're going through the brush and we're stalking in. It's crunchy, it's dry. We're having to be quiet, and it's kind of tough. We're getting in there, and we're hearting the hunt here in Africa, in South Africa. So we'll keep you posted on what's going on for the rest of the trip. All right, it's day 5. Last 2 days have been a little bit slow. It's been warmer. The animals are kind of staying close to the water sources and not a little bit too. Out this morning, we're seeing a lot of game, some eland, some games of buck. So we're just gonna see what's out here. Make a plan. The wind has not been favorable, but hopefully today we'll get into it. 6. We're whittling it down. We still got kudu. We still got zebra. And what else we got? Oh yeah, we still got our sable that we cannot get 2 times. 2 times. But it's a challenge. Hunting's good. Hunting's hard. We got our guys in the back doing a good job. We're hard the heck out of this place.
Okay. And then you go down first. As you go down to rest your hand, you use your finger and put it on the front ring.
Ready.
So
ready
you know.
to-
No, first there, so you
here.
know where your finger is.
Okay.
And then you can slip it in because then you know where the trigger is going to be instead of just pushing it in.
Okay. So I want to put it on safety now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then try
So
and
just slowly.
try and move it off with.
Yeah.
you
No
see.
sound at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when you grab the gun, your finger
My
extended and you
fingers here
grab it
first,
there first.
and then there,
Yeah, and just slide it over in instead of
Okay.
moving it. You
like
know?
that.
Yeah, just slide it in so that you can feel where the trigger is.
Okay.
Got it.
Like
Okay,
that.
cool.
Okay.
Mike, tell us a little bit about the experience. The first 15 minutes as a hard hunter.
It was my first hard hunt, and it was all about getting used to the gun, getting used to everything, really, and it makes you want to do more. So I'm ready for the next one.
So what's the most important part right now that you got to
Safety.
concentrate on?
Safety at all times. Keep it in mind.
Okay, great. On to the next. What an awesome day 6 with This is Africa Safaris here in South Africa. Today we got into a big giant kudu bull, and the team did a great job to get close. The grass, you know, it's dry, it's crunchy, there's leaves, there's 2 trackers, there's Mike running the camera, there's me and the PH. So we got 5 guys out there trying to sneak up on this kudu bull. And let me tell you something, it wasn't easy. We got close, kind of moved off through the brush, and then a zebra comes zipping in front of us. Find out there's like 4 zebras around us, 2 big kudu bulls in the back. We snuck around the side. Mike got in good position, and to get some good footage, we got set up, and the kudu bull kind of turned to his right, and we got the heart shot. It was an epic hunt. Everybody was pretty excited at the end of it because we didn't know if we were going to get it or not. They're really hard to hunt, so that was in the morning, and got the kudu bull, so we decided it was Mike's turn to H.A.R.T on this hunting trip, and so we got him kind of familiar with the gun, took him to the range, let him fire it, showed him the safety aspects of it, and off we kind of went. And he's learned how to carry the gun. We're going slow with it, and we ran into an Impala, a really nice Impala buck, and got into position, and of course, this is, we're all kind of learning our new positions. I'm back in the camera, and Mike's up there, ready to heart this thing, and we're just a little bit out in the open too much, and the Impala took off. But at the end of the day, we're getting started with this H.A.R.T deal for Mike, and it's a great training tool for new hunters such as himself, and we're going to kind of get him into this slowly. We're not going to hit it real hard through the brush. We're going to kind of stay out in the open, which is going to limit our chances a little bit, but we should be able to finally get him hard on this trip. And he's really enjoying it. He says he really wants to get after it tomorrow. So day 7, we're going to be all about Mike's first H.A.R.T. We're going to try and make it happen. No matter what it is, we'll see what we can get into. Might be a Cape Buffalo, who knows.
Oh yeah, we got him. Where's my bitch? That's good. That's good. Nice, nice.
Did you get it?
Yeah, we got it.
That's how you do it.
That's all.
That's why I stayed out of it. This sable is my nemesis.
That's right. 3rd time's a charm, and you got it.
Thanks, man. I'm on. Cheers, and let's take off.
What's your hand doing?
I can shake it.
Oh, thank you.
See that?
Real adrenaline. Real hunting.
Right there, yeah.
Real nice.
Real cool.
What do you think, man?
It's awesome. Let's
Sable.
do it again. Do it again.
Day 7. Got a sable.
What's next? Zebra. Zebra today. Go for the zebra. Good stuff.
Okay, so I'm an idiot. I can't run this damn camera, and we Mike got the H.A.R.T shot, but it's nowhere to be found. So nobody's lying about this. It happened. It was great. He did everything good, but we just don't have footage for it. So
The best part about it is Mike messed up.
epic H.A.R.T fail for me, totally. So I've been giving him the business all week long about his camera operating, and I guess the old short thumb got the record button in the wrong deal. So hey, that's how it goes, is hunting, but he made the shot. That's all that matters. Perfect H.A.R.T shot on a sable. We'll just tell you about it. It was a sable about 50 yards out and pointed right at us. Big horns, whatever. And he put the crosshairs right on his chest, squeezed the trigger, exhaled, boom. It was good. Think about that. Imagine it, because we don't have footage.
Shot number 2, giraffe.
It's a male leopard. I'm going to put my bullet next to it for size. .470 bullet. The way they used to determine where big males in the areas are and keep the data and map it. So in the old days they would use a stick to measure the length of the track and also the width of the track. So back in the day, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, the old farmers would say if it's a 4x4 track, it's a big cat. Now that would be the length of the track and the complete width of the track, which would be 4 inches and 4 inches. Then it's a big cat. But it's not necessarily that accurate because young cats also have big paws, but they'll have smaller pads. So the heavier and bigger the cat gets, the wider the pad gets. So I'm going to show you how to measure it quickly. You take it from the back of the pad up to where the foot would stop. It would be around there. And the complete width. And then we'll measure the pad. So just by looking at the length and the width of the track, you'll see they're pretty much similar. But looking at the fact that the width is a little bit narrower than the length would mean it's not as big as it should be. Well, it's a big cat, but I mean, if they are both the same length, then you know you're on already. This should be a minimum of 2.5 inches for the pad. If it's 2.5 inches or bigger, it's a big cat. Then it would generally be a 6-year and plus cat, anything above there. But the feet also only grow to a certain size, like a human being. So once it reaches that big size, then you know you've got a mature tom to work with. So this little riverbed over here will map this on the card to say, okay, this is the size cat we found over here. And we'll do the same all over the reserve. And we'll map those, so we'll know if we need to hunt a cat and we get permits, where to set up baits. And they normally walk their territory, so they'll walk the same footpaths to mark their territory. So knowing this cat is walking down here, we'll pick a section down this little small riverbed, both directions, in the direction of water, but not too close to the water, because they get spooked by other animals. We'll select a suitable tree, and that's where we'll set the bait. That will normally go on one side of the little riverbed and your bait will be on the other side, so that you have a little bit of an open barrier. Cats don't like crossing open spaces, so they wouldn't walk over to inspect your blind once you're standing at the bait, which is also a comfort thing, because clients seeing a cat the first time on bait, you get excited, and if the cat comes and moves around your blind, it's obviously not ideal for the nerves, you know, to get a good solid shot.
We're coming to the end of the safari with This Is Africa Safari, and we started off harding. We've had a great trip. We've done just about every animal here. You know, we started off with the H.A.R.T system. Mike got his feet underneath him. We were harding animals right from the get-go, and the hunts were awesome. The adrenaline was running, and we finally hearted a kudu. We decided Mike was going to get into the H.A.R.T hunt, and so we let him partake in a few hunts, and he did great. Giraffe, sable. So as we're nearing the end of the hunt, we're running out of food in the lodge, and we've been eating everybody else's animals that they've taken. So it was time for us to do our part. To provide for the lodge and provide for the workers on this beautiful property. So we decided to take a blue wildebeest, and the opportunity presented itself, and a broadside shot about 75 yards, 45-70 did its job, and we've got this meat and a beautiful animal to provide for us and for the staff at this wonderful location here in South Africa. So all in all, we've hearted, and now we've full harvested, because it's neither one or the other. Both go hand in hand for conservation and for these beautiful animals and for the future of hunting.
They dropped quite a bit. Yeah. Well done. Gotta go with this bull.
From beginning to end, I learned a lot. From our arrival on, it was a learning experience. You take it all in when you're out here. You're in a totally different place. You're in a totally different country. So you begin to realize the differences, of course. Every hunt's a little bit different. Nothing is the same. Every animal is different, and the way you approach it is different as well. I learned a lot in the way that conservation works, and how this can go hand in hand with traditional hunting as well. The first one, I think, we'll see. The film will tell. But
Could you see it? I mean, was it clear?
Yeah, pretty clear. The second one, I don't think I got, but it'll say on the film, no lion there. But yeah, that's fun. Thanks for your help.
Got the clear footage on the wildebeest.
Really
We
clear.
got it.
Oh shoot! I didn't have it.
Not on record.
Again.
Hey guys. So we shot that blue wildebeest the other day, and to get some meat for the workers and the camp. And so you can see here, they're drying this meat. We've got it hung up. Eloise, do you salt any? Seasoned spice or just...
Yeah, I did put vinegar and a little bit of spices.
And then just hang. How long will this hang?
We can hang it for 3-4 days.
3-4 days.
Fine. Because as you see outside is too wind, so they dry quickly.
Looks good.
Yeah.
You can see we provided, and in a couple days they'll be ready to eat. Okay, so they'll dry it. It'll be dry, and then they'll pack it up, store it, and then they can bring it back out anytime they want. Put it in some water, boiling water, whatever. They'll soften back up just like it would be fresh, and they can make stew or whatever they're going to eat. So we shot the wildebeest, and we've provided for the camp and the workers, and nothing goes to waste. So we've been hunting for a few days now, and what I'm noticing, the weather, terrain, vegetation, very similar to western United States in, say, September, early archery elk season. Mornings are cool, somewhere around 40 degrees, and then the afternoons will be warm to even hot, just like the western United States. Vegetation is very much the same at this time of the year down here, which is wintertime. It's brown, it's crunchy. So spotting animals is a little tough, but if you're used to hunting that sort of terrain, you should have no problem picking them out. Plus we got an excellent tracker and game spotter. But yeah, so not too much difference. I mean, it's a great country, big country. We're hunting just like we would out there on ranches. There's cattle over in this part, but game all over. So I mean, it's very similar. So if you're used to hunting those areas, you should have no problem adjusting out here. So we'll go see what else we can find, because we're hard to hunt.
I love the hat with it. Oh, my hat.
Nice. Say it again. Do it again.
I love the hat with the. Oh, my hat.
Ah, nice. Love it.
You will be famous.
Look at him just
There's a
stand
big one coming.
They're just like little humans, but just naughty, you know. I had one, I was bow hunting one a couple of years ago for myself, and they kept seeing me the whole time. So every time I draw the bow, I'll draw it far back in the blind and slowly move into the shooting position, and they'll spot me in the darkness. So I took a black piece of linen and I cut pieces out and I closed up all the holes. I ended up shooting one through the linen because otherwise they see you. But this day when they kept seeing me, I just sat back in my chair. I knew there's nothing I could do, so I'll just watch through the holes, you know, as they play. And I hear one underneath the blind. It's about half meters off the ground. And I hear them playing underneath the blind, and I'm just sitting still. The next moment, one of these young ones jump up at the hole. And I just see these little fingers, and he goes like this. When he did that, he screamed, "Ah!" And he let go, and he shat right there. And he runs off, and the others just look at him and carry on eating. Everything smells like shit, and you can't get out because you're trying to get a shot at one. Oh, they're funny.
There's a trap in the way. We have to get by it. It sees us. It sees us. Good shot. We got one bullet left. Just looking for the zebra. We got one bullet left for the zebra. What do you think?
And we might have to keep it.
Okay, we're back here, and you can see we've got some meat drying from our full harvest, and I don't know really what to say about it. It is what it is. Nothing goes to waste here, and they will use this later. They'll store it, pack it, store it. When they need a piece, they'll bring it out, put it in some boiling water, and they'll make stew or whatever they want with it. So you can see full harvest goes hand in hand with heart, because it provides food.
Okay, I'm done.
I don't believe you.
Here we go.
Thank you.
Did you get it? Because that's going to look awesome.
Yeah.
Cheers.
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 Okay, Safari. Well done, guys. You did well.
You did awesome. Well, here we are, day 10, the end of the safari. We set out to H.A.R.T, Africa. We set out to test the system of H.A.R.T. We came down here to see if Mike, a beginning hunter, would take the H.A.R.T system and learn the ways of hunting and tracking and stalking and transfer that into some successful H.A.R.T shots. Africa was a perfect place to test this system. It is the dream of every hunter, young and old, to come to Africa and hunt these species. And what we found was beyond our expectations. And thanks to our PH, Heinrich, He treated us like friends since the day we stepped off the plane, and to his credit, we were able to heart 24 animals and 17 species on this trip. So, Heinrich, would you tell us some final thoughts on this H.A.R.T hunt as we kind of wrap up this safari? Give us some highlights and your final thoughts on this magnificent hunt.
Mike, honestly, I think it's been a great experience for everyone involved. We all wondered what to expect, and it was to us completely new, and it took absolutely nothing away from a normal hunt. You guys let me take an animal and hunt an animal myself, and I haven't had the shakes in a long time. You don't get more real than that. So, and that is what hunting is all about. It's about the hunt, and sometimes we tend to forget about that and just focus on killing an animal. So I think the whole idea of the H.A.R.T system is absolutely brilliant. I think it's got a great place in our industry to introduce people to hunting, to shooting rifles, and get them back into the outdoors. We welcome you guys back with open arms and would like to see your business grow to something amazing, which we are all sure it's going to happen.
We were able to get Mike, a beginning hunter, get his feet on the ground, get him kind of used to stalking through, get him quieted down a little bit after 2 or 3 days. And we were able to, you in particular, were able to help him through some scenarios, and then finally get him close enough to get a heart shot on a handful of species. Give us your thoughts on that process, on how we were able to take a very beginning hunter and have him progress in just 3, 4, 5 days. And then, 10 days, but in the 3 and 4, 5 days that he handled the weapon and was able to heart. Tell us a little bit about how you feel that worked.
I think it worked pretty well and pretty quick, to be honest. I think a lot of worry is taken out of the equation with this method, because firstly, you don't have to worry about a rifle hurting you. You don't have to worry about wounding and injuring an animal. You don't have to worry about what to expect when you get to an animal that is down. So that is completely eliminated out of everything. So there's more focus and paying attention to how to handle the rifle and how to conduct yourself in the bush when you're walking, to be quiet, to move slowly. All the focus is turned to that and to enjoying what you're busy doing, and not on getting the animal and getting it down in an ethical manner. So it shifts the whole focus to everything where we as professional hunters would actually like the focus to be, to focus on what you're doing. And small things that I picked up with Mike was the way you would switch off the safety to not be loud, where when you're focused on the animal and to get the shot, you tend not to think about it and just flick it off. Small little things like that, that I picked up, and I mean it worked within a day or two. Mike had it handled, and I mean he took some great shots and got some nice animals and hearted, and if it might have been completely different if we gave him a rifle and said, right, there you go. And we've hunted with beginners before, and it's not that easy and not that quick. So
being right in the mix, right? Yeah, being right in the mix of it kind of, speeds up the educational process.
Definitely,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
So I think it works well and quick, which is ideal. I did not expect that. So well done to Mike on that.
Yeah, absolutely. I was pretty happy to see him progress that way, and I know he had fun. He's behind the camera right now holding her steady, but I know he had a good time. He was all smiles. So, the African experience, it's not easy getting here. It's a long trip. There's a lot of things you got to do between permits and getting your rifles in and all that stuff. And it ends up being quite an investment for the experience. So when you come, you want to get the most out of your investment. And from beginning to end, this is Africa Safaris with Heinrich, and his team that he's built behind him have been 100% spot on. And I couldn't recommend them enough. It's been 100% spot on from day one. I can't think of any even minute negative to it. It's all positive, well above what I would even expect. So if you're thinking about a safari, and specifically H.A.R.T, because I think you are going to try to do some H.A.R.T safaris in the future, give them a call and you can talk to them about it. But here we are, the sun's going down. We're going to have a little end of hunt toddy and reflect on the past 10 days. It has just been amazing. This is Africa Safaris, Big H.A.R.T Adventures. Just remember, take care of your neighbor and H.A.R.T the hunt.